Get ready for another electrifying Thursday night football matchup. Tonight, the Baltimore Ravens face off against their division rivals, the Cincinnati Bengals. Kickoff is set for 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch all the action on Amazon Prime Video. But tonight, we also turn our attention to a different kind of movement, one happening far beyond the football field. Imagine a society where women face immense pressure to conform to rigid expectations. In South Korea, this pressure is palpable, affecting women from all walks of life. This is the reality for many women in South Korea. They navigate a world where societal norms dictate their choices and limit their freedoms. From a young age, they are steered towards marriage, motherhood, and domesticity. The expectations are clear: excel in school, find a suitable partner, and dedicate oneself to family life. Deviation from this path is often met with disapproval and societal pressure. Women who choose careers over family, or who remain single, face judgment and isolation. It is within this context that the 4B movement emerged. This movement, named for its 4 principles: no dating, no sex, no marriage, and no child rearing, challenges the very foundation of traditional gender roles. Frustrated by persistent gender inequality and a culture steeped in patriarchal values, South Korean women began to raise their voices. They organized, protested, and demanded change. The 4B movement, with its bold rejection of traditional roles, became a powerful symbol of this growing discontent. It represents a collective call for a society where women can define their own paths, free from the constraints of outdated expectations. The 4B movement did not arise in a vacuum. It is a powerful response to the systemic issues that have plagued women for generations. It emerged against a backdrop of deeply ingrained sexism, where traditional gender roles have long dictated the lives of women, limiting their opportunities and freedoms, and a disturbing prevalence of violence against women. This violence manifests in many forms, from physical abuse to emotional and psychological torment. Statistics paint a grim picture. South Korea has one of the highest rates of domestic violence among developed nations. These numbers are not just statistics, they represent real lives affected by fear and pain. A 2010 study by the Korean Institute of Criminology found that over 60% of married women in South Korea had experienced some form of domestic violence. This staggering figure highlights the urgent need for systemic change and better protection for women. Furthermore, the country has struggled to address issues like stalking, sexual harassment, and digital sex crimes, which have become increasingly prevalent in the digital age, leaving many women feeling vulnerable and unprotected. Support groups and advocacy organizations have become lifelines for these women, offering a sense of community and hope in the face of adversity. The 4B movement derives its name from its core principles, represented by 4 Korean words beginning with the letter B, bihon, baihon, meaning marriage strike, bikulsan, bichulsan, meaning birth strike, byeonai, meaning dating strike, and bisegse, bisex, meaning sex strike. These 4 pillars represent a conscious decision to opt out of societal expectations that often place undue burdens on women. By rejecting marriage, motherhood, romantic relationships, and sex, women participating in the 4B movement are reclaiming their autonomy and demanding recognition for their individuality. Section 5. No marriage, no motherhood, no dating, no sex, a radical stand. The 4B movement's tenets may seem radical to some, but they reflect a deep-seated desire for change. By refusing to participate in systems that they believe perpetuate gender inequality, these women are making a powerful statement. They are challenging the notion that a woman's worth is tied to her marital status or her role as a wife and mother. They are rejecting the pressure to conform to societal expectations that prioritize men's needs and desires. In essence, they are demanding a complete overhaul of the way society views and treats women. This movement is not just about rejecting traditional roles, it is about creating a new narrative for women. The 4B movement encourages women to envision a future where they are valued for their individuality and contributions beyond domestic spheres. It is about empowering women to take control of their lives and make choices that are true to themselves, free from societal pressures. The movement is gaining momentum, with more women joining the cause and standing up for their rights. They are not just fighting for themselves, but for future generations. By advocating for these changes, they hope to create a world where gender equality is the norm, not the exception. The 4B movement is a testament to the power of collective action and the unwavering spirit of women who refuse to be silenced. Their radical stand is a call to action for everyone to rethink and reshape the societal structures that have long oppressed women. It is a movement that seeks to redefine what it means to be a woman in today's world, advocating for a future where every woman can live freely and authentically. Section 6. Finding Strength in Solidarity. The Global Ripple Effect. While the 4B movement originated in South Korea, its message has resonated with women far beyond the country's borders. In a world grappling with persistent gender inequality, the movement's message of empowerment and self-determination has struck a chord. Women from different cultures and backgrounds have found common ground in the 4B movement's rejection of patriarchal norms. This cross-cultural solidarity highlights the universality of the struggles women face and the collective desire for a more just and equitable world. Section 7. Echoes of Resistance, the 4B movement, and the post-Trump era. The rise of the 4B movement coincided with a period of heightened global awareness surrounding women's rights. The 2016 election of Donald Trump, with his history of misogynistic remarks and actions, sparked widespread protests and a renewed focus on gender equality. The 4B movement, with its bold stance against patriarchy, resonated with many women who felt disillusioned and angered by the political climate. It provided a framework for channeling their frustration into action and demanding systemic change. Section 8. Beyond Statistics, Personal Stories of Defiance and Hope. Behind the statistics and the headlines are the personal stories of countless women whose lives have been touched by the 4B movement. There's Ji Hai, a young professional who chose to forego marriage and motherhood to focus on her career. There's Su Young, a single mother who found support and solidarity within the movement after escaping an abusive relationship. These stories, each unique and powerful, illustrate the human impact of the 4B movement and the transformative potential of collective action. Section 9. A Legacy of Empowerment. The 4B movement's enduring impact. The 4B movement, while still evolving, has already left an indelible mark on South Korean society. It has sparked national conversations about gender roles, societal expectations, and the importance of women's autonomy. It has challenged deeply ingrained patriarchal attitudes and pushed for policy changes to address issues like gender-based violence and discrimination. While the road to true equality is long and arduous, the 4B movement stands as a testament to the power of women's voices and their unwavering pursuit of a more just world. Section 10. Joining the chorus, amplifying women's voices worldwide. The 4B movement reminds us that the fight for gender equality is a global one. It is a fight that requires solidarity, empathy, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. As we cheer on our favorite teams tonight, let us also take a moment to acknowledge the struggles faced by women worldwide. Let us listen to their stories, amplify their voices, and stand in solidarity with their pursuit of a more just and equitable world. The time for change is now.